What's up guys, James here. Today I'm going to be showing you a video on how to improve your FSX performance, like frame rates, etc. First of all, I want you to go to this website called Ventubu. Basically a tweaking and tuning guide for your tool, shall I say, for your FSX config file, and it adjusts like settings in your config file to make your system run better with FSX. Obviously you want to go through the menus here. Obviously I don't know all your system specs, but if you put in the system specs, you know you have like how many cores, threads it has, the speed of your CPU, and what video card and stuff you have. It will then like adjust the settings for your system as such. And then after that, what you want to do, you want to copy this and then go into that into your start menu and put it in. And obviously you can find it says fsx.config. You want to go right click on that and go to open file location. After that, you want to copy this file and you want to put it to your desktop, so it's easier to find, I guess. Obviously I've already got one on my desktop there, so it doesn't matter for me. And then what you want to do after that, you want to go to choose file and go to your desktop and find out the file, find the file that you put on your desktop, the config file. Wherever mine is, I don't have a clue, it's disappeared to. Where's it gone? It's not here. There it is. Then you go to open and then you go click here to begin. And then what it does, it just explains what it's doing and what it's done to your system. You know, automatically applied, and simply indicates that you already had these options on. The red colour indicates important recommendations that they're not applying to your configuration. Obviously it gives hints, well not hints, it gives you tips on how to improve your FSX as well on the system performance. And then you download the link here, just click download and it'll download a tweaked version of your FSX config file. But after that, what you want to do, you want to put it back, when it's downloaded you want to go back into the location where your FSX config file was. If it doesn't load, obviously just copy and paste where you found the app data thing and find out where the location was again, and then just basically copy the downloaded file in and copy and replace the file that was already there. And then after that, what you want to do, you want to go into FSX and look at these settings which I have and basically copy them like for like. I have my target frame rate set at unlimited. People say this isn't the best idea, and obviously it makes your system run too hot and everything like that, and it just, but the thing is for me, my system works is it wants to try and get the highest frame rate it can all the time. It just works better for my system. I don't know, I guess for other people's systems it can vary whether you have it set to 30 or not, or how far or how high you want to set your frame rates. Maybe your system can't cope very well with it and just set it to 20 if possible. The screen resolution doesn't really matter, just optimise it towards what monitor you're using. I use advanced animations. I don't have lens flare and light bloom due to the fact that it chews up frame rates, and preview DirectX 10 I have off due to the fact that it's not very compatible with add-ons as such, and FSX really itself. It's a bit temperamental at the moment. Aircraft, I have it basically set to medium high, 3D cockpit, high resolution 3D virtual cockpit, and aircraft cast shadow on the ground ticked, and aircraft landing lights illuminate the ground ticked. Aircraft cast shadow on itself is pointless. I don't think it's worth chewing up, 5 frames just to have a shadow casted on itself, really. But get to the main part of this, you want to have these settings kinda basically like for like, with a level of detail radius large, mesh complexity 75, mesh resolution 38 meters, text resolution 1 meter, and water effects low 2.x. Doesn't really make a difference from max 2.x due to the fact that if you have Rex or Real Environment Extreme, it does it all for your system anyway. It does it itself for like its own sort of, I wouldn't say, through its own sort of software, it does it itself and adds it into the texture file on your FSX on your FSX, therefore it like loads it into the game by itself without worrying really about this, because you could probably have it set to about mid-X and it still look good with Rex. But even on this without Rex, it doesn't make too much difference from max. But having it on max, it really does chew up frames. And I would advise, if you want to get a maximum performance out of your system, when you're not flying over water, like sea areas, just turn the water to low or none, because you'll get like a 10 frames or 20 frames addition onto your performance at that time. Scenery complexity very dense and autogen density very dense, due to the fact that it doesn't really make much of a difference from extremely dense, except on extremely dense it just chews up more frames really. And special effects detail I set to high. Weather I set to cloud draw distance of 110 miles, just because I like the weather to be covered a lot longer, or not longer, a big distance from my aircraft, because otherwise if you've got 60 metres, or not 60 metres, 60 miles, it kind of looks stupid because you just have clouds around you, but then you don't see any other clouds anywhere else, like further from your aircraft. This thermal stuff I just leave on natural, or you can have it set to none. I don't really understand how it probably works, thermal visible in the atmosphere, because I never managed to see it at all. Obviously I've never managed to see it, and it doesn't really make a difference whether it's on or not, or I've never found that anyway. Simulation settings, that doesn't really matter, have that set to whatever you want. And the cloud detail, I set to detail clouds and cloud coverage density on maximum, due to the fact that, I don't know, I just like the coverage to be quite dense when I'm going for a cloud and stuff. It just makes it seem more realistic, I guess. And obviously with Rex, it does help with Rex as well, with the weather system it provides, keeps quite a good frame rate for you. With the traffic, this is like one of the most important parts. I would advise not even using any traffic if you're flying on VATSIM as such, because you'll have traffic on there anyway, and you can model match that with other things. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's go back to traffic quickly. So you don't really need traffic on, and with traffic add-ons as such as well, I use Traffic X, but it just chews up frames, and it's just annoying when you're trying to fly and you've got like all these aircraft around you. And obviously it's more realistic, but it's not realistic when they're slamming the plane into the ground at like, minus 700 feet per minute. There's literally, they come down and just slam it into the ground. It's a bit pointless, I think. Airport vehicle density, you can set that to low or medium. If I was going to set that, I'd set it to low. I use GSX, so it doesn't really bother me about that, because I have all the aircraft like catering and stuff doing it itself through GSX. Road vehicles I set to none, due to the fact that most add-on sceneries have their own vehicles roaming around, and I don't really seem to fly a lot anywhere else other than stuff I use from add-on sceneries. Due to the fact it just seems more realistic with add-on sceneries, obviously, as the scenery is more realistic, etc. So I don't really use road vehicles. But if you do, I wouldn't advise setting it higher than 10, due to the fact that it does chew up frames. Ships and ferries and leisure boats aren't too bad when coming up to frame rates. It depends what area you're in, but still I advise not to have them over 10% as well. But yeah, that's all the settings done. You can, it's up to you what you obviously realism and stuff and general scenery libraries and everything. But yeah, that's my guide to increasing your FSX performance from the system you have. If you do use an NVIDIA graphics card, we'll be doing a tutorial on how to use NVIDIA Inspector to maximise the performance of your graphics card for FSX itself, and that will help performance issues as well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe, and give me your feedback from what you thought from your system performance after doing this guide or tutorial as such, and tell me what sort of performance your system's like after doing it. But yeah, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Bye guys.